We're going to go to Marcus Moore on the scene in Beirut right now. Marcus.
George, good morning. The mood here in Beirut is very different today. The streets are quieter and many restaurants are vacant. And earlier, a lot of people received warnings on their cell phones to evacuate. Lebanon has been on edge as they have watched the fighting in the south intensify and have also seen strikes here in Beirut. In fact, while attending a Hezbollah funeral, we were just feet away when a radio exploded in a man's hands, and we saw the chaos that followed. And after those unprecedented explosions of thousands of personal electronic devices across the country, some have moved their families from the area, concerned that southern Beirut will be targeted again. And this morning, the Lebanese health ministry now says 100 people have been killed and 400 injured in Israeli strikes so far today. And putting all of this together, it has some people fearful about what's to come, while others are angry and said they'd be ready to fight. George.
Imagine, let's go back to Martha for more on this fear of a wider war. The U.S. is very concerned about it.
Very concerned, George. President Biden says his administration is doing everything possible to prevent a wider war, but a U.S. official telling me the table is set for escalation, that the Israelis are not listening to the U.S., and that what we saw here overnight is a prelude of what is to come. That is why we have seen the State Department warn Americans to get out of Lebanon while commercial means are still available. And of course, here in Israel, they fully expect Hezbollah to launch further attacks. Robin?
All right, Martha, our thanks to you and George, and such a tense time there in that region.